Welcome to the SwimSwam podcast. I'm your host, Coleman Hodges. Joining me today, a very special guest. He's a good friend. I met him last year in Budapest at the inaugural season of ISL. He is a world champion, a four-time Pan American champion. He's an NCAA champion. I'm pretty sure the first ever NCAA champion out of the University of Louisville, Joao de Lucca.
Hey guys, very good. Thank you, Coleman, to having me here at SwimSwam. It's such an honor to be speaking with for the swimming community.
Let's start with the big news. You recently just announced your retirement from competitive swimming. Obviously, there's a lot that goes into a decision like this. I know you were vying for that third Olympic Games in 2020. Obviously, they got pushed to 2021. So walk me through, what ultimately made you to decide to hang up the goggles.
Right. Yeah. It's harder, especially at this time, especially when you're getting so close to the Olympics, to hang the suit and move on in life. But things for me have changed drastically. I'm a new father. My daughter, she is 7 months, almost 8, and she's doing really good. And a lot of it was just this more like a family decision, and being training, being like going to stay in the grind all day. It takes so much time and energy, which right now I feel like all the energy that I have and time I want to spend mostly with my daughter and my family, enjoy as much as I can. But there was a lot of things involved, and I'm not gonna just say the reason that I stopped was because of my daughter. It was a lot of other reasons. First was a pandemic, and everything just collapsed there. And then I moved back to Brazil to have my daughter there. I was training really good, and then when the pandemic started, I had nowhere to train, and all the pool were closed. And then second thing that led me to initiate the decision was I got injured. I tore my knee, and I tore my PCL, my MCL, and I pulled my hamstring. So at that time, when I had that injury, which I never had it before, it was something that it crushed my mind, because I sort of realized that the game was over, because even though if the Olympic was going to happen at this year, 2020, I would not be able to compete because I had a major injury, and I would not be able to go back to my condition that I was before to compete. And but fortunately, I did some PT after a month not doing much, and then I luckily got better really quick, and then I was able to. I'm now at 100%. I probably can go back to training, but a lot of it is just the decision that, and also the to go back and do it, like the training, and to dedicate as much time for swimming. You cannot have any doubt that that the Olympic medal is what you want. It has to be something very visual, very vivid, and you have to go battle every day. And me personally, I'm not the type of guy that do something like 50%. Either I'm all in or all out. And the only thing that kept me swimming for this long, it's to achieve something that I never got, which was the Olympic medal. Mm-hmm. And if you want to go for the Olympic medal, there's no way that to do it without doing it 110% actually, because that's the only thing that was missing from my wish list from as far as swimming. I've got everything that I could. I travel all around the world. I I got a really good scholarship, which gave me a really good education. I was able to meet a lot of people all throughout the world, and the connections and a lot of things that the sport even taught me. Is just the only thing was missing on my wish list was the top one, which was getting the Olympic medal. And and I know that it takes a lot of hard work to do it based on the stuff, based on the accomplishment that I did it before. And I know that getting to the extra level, getting the Olympic medals, I have to put a lot more effort than I ever did before. So there's no way that I could do like 50% or like less than that. So and right now it's something that my time is very limited and very, I would say, precious. So I want to devote all the time and to my family, to be around, see my daughter grow. So it was more like a decision where I can stay close to my family, and I'm in peace with retiring from swimming, with the things that I've accomplished, and and to be honest, the Olympic medal is still a dream, but now I have to just switch sides. I know that myself, I'm not gonna get it. The game is over for me. But I want to make an impact in someone's life that it can help to go get the Olympic medal. So now I'm working as a coach, and not only I'm going to do it myself, go swim stroke by stroke to get the Olympic medal, but definitely I'm going to help somebody out mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually to go get the goal, to go get the medal that I always wanted.
Yeah. And so that's a great segue. You're coaching now. Sorry about that. It's a great segue. You're coaching now. Tell me about your coaching. What age groups are you coaching? Who are you working with, and what have you enjoyed about coaching so far?
Yeah, right now I'm coaching at Cardinal Aquatics, and I coach mostly the senior and national group, but I'm also involved with pre-senior and the age group development. So I'm right now I got the head position of the head coach position at this job.
Mhm.
I share with another a coworker. His name is Kevin R. Karki, and he comes from Hawaii. And both of us, we leading the whole team, and we make such a good partnership as far as you know giving feedbacks and helping push the team as much as we can to make them better. But the transition is being really, really cool. I'm loving it, and it's been so much fun to be able to work with the younger ones to develop their they are starting their career, they're starting their journey into swimming, and it brings me back to how I started, some of the things that I was doing, and some of the things that I wanted to accomplish. So I want to help out those kids as much as I can, and I know I'm a big dreamer. So, and I see things, I see a lot of from them that they can accomplish so much, and I just want to help them as much as I can throughout their journey and bring their best versions of themselves, so they can accomplish big things, and not only inside in the water but also outside, making a decision to go to colleges or uh, moving on to a professional life, or any other things like that.
Yeah. You mentioned you're a big dreamer. I know you're also you've got a lot of feelings. You're a very emotional person, emotional athlete. I mean, just being around you for a little bit, like it really resonates. And I think, in ISL, that's why you were a captain, because you had a
Yeah,
lot of compassion. And
yeah,
you could be around people, and you're kind of a natural leader. And I think the kids who you're coaching are going to benefit a lot from that. But, reflecting back a little bit, how did you feel like you benefited as an athlete, from just kind of having that compassion, having being such an emotional swimmer, and having those big dreams?
yeah. I think being emotional is just you sort of a way where you can connect to other people, because emotions is something that everybody has. Everybody goes through it. Not everybody shows their emotions or their feelings. So, and I know it, but I've been there before when I was younger coach, younger athlete. I mean, uh, I look it up to one of my idols, and I always envision them sort of like superheroes. And I would never be in those positions, or never be like we be able to reach that. But I think once you start like showing emotion, uh, showing some feelings, it's instantly something that everybody can relate on. Everybody have feelings and emotions. Not everybody show them, but once you show emotions and feelings, everybody can relate, because we all feel happy, sad, anxious. You know, all those feelings that involve with the sport. So I'm trying to be honest with my feelings and emotions to show to my athletes so they can relate to me. And another thing that as I just retired from swimming. I was a few months ago. I was still in the pool doing all the workout, grinding. Uh, I try to envision myself now as a coach, uh, the way I wanted to have a coach on deck. I had a lot of great leaders on deck teaching me how to do it, or like showing me the right way to do it. So I took all the good things from the coaches I had in the past, and I just tried to either make it better or caption some of the things they were doing, and eliminate some of the things that they were doing that which I didn't like it, uh, and I just try to be the best version of myself. And obviously, I know I'm not on deck making everyone happy, but I try my best to be that kind of coach who I wanted to be to be coached by.
Yeah. What let's dive into that idea a little bit. What are the qualities of some of the coaches you've had? Obviously, most recently you had Chris and Arthur Abiero at Louisville, but even before that, or during that, what were the qualities of those coaches that you're trying to embody now?
Yeah, definitely a leadership. It's something that as a coach is something that it's so important, because you lead in the group, and with that it comes to a good communication, making sure that people understand is not only what's supposed to do, but you're trying to communicate how is the best way to do it. And it takes a lot of skills to communicate with athletes. uh, you just, especially I'm a foreigner, and English is not my first language, and sometimes I do get caught in some mistakes, but I try to come up, be the most clear as I can. And definitely another great quality that I had from my previous coaches, being supportive. All the coaches I had in the past, Arthur, Chris Lindauer, they were supporting me throughout the way, no matter what. And obviously everybody goes through some good days and bad days, and reinforce the good days, but always trying to reinforce why we're doing this, and especially on the bad days, because doing it when it feels good, when you're motivated, it's something, it's easy, right? Everybody just want to do it because it's natural. But those days that are hard, they're sore, they feel some lack of motivation. Those are the days that you can take the most out of it, because you're not only stepping out and doing it, but you getting out of your comfort zone, and pushing yourself when you're not feeling good. And I honestly think those are the best days when you can uh, we can improve the most.
Do you have a specific instance? Maybe it was when you were racing, maybe it was a practice, but when you didn't really feel like you deserved that support of a coach, but the coach gave you that support and that helped you kind of turn your attitude or your swimming around?
Uh, there was a not too long ago. I'll say about it was a Tennessee. You were swimming in Knoxville
Hmm.
Grand Prix. Actually, maybe Atlanta, maybe 2 years ago, and and I was not swimming well. I was very frustrated with my swims, and I knew that swimming was still something that I wanted to do, even though I had some doubts in my head. Uh, where at some point I thought about not doing it anymore because I wasn't doing it well. So it was like in my head, I was like, "What's the point of this?" So I had a meeting with Arthur, and he's not much of a type of guy that shows a lot of emotions, but he just asked me straight up, "Why am I doing this? Like, I don't have anything to prove to anyone, uh, or like." He sort of asked me like, I doubted that he was asking me like as for me to quit, but he was pushing me like asking me questions so I could ask myself, why am I still doing this? And for me, it was very clear that I was doing this for a reason. I was doing this for like I wanted to accomplish something that I never did before, and then in my mind it was just I turned the switch. It was like, okay, I'm gonna do this all in, and I knew it back there. I was not doing the best I could. So it was a hard words from him, like sort of like it instantly felt like he was doubting on me, but honestly, he always wished the best for me, and he was always supporting me no matter what. He was just trying to clear things out that the what I was doing, uh, it could have been better, and so he was just trying to push me, like in a way. So a lot of that is just say, yeah, good lessons for life. They're like, you ask yourself, why are you doing this? And then once you come up with a clear answer and why you're doing it, and it's so much easier to keep going. Or if the why is not as important, might as well just quit because you're just wasting time.
Yeah, that is a good life lesson. I feel like
Yeah.
we've gotten into some pretty deep wisdom here. Let's back it up a little bit. Arthur has obviously been a mentor to you for a long time. What drew you to Louisville? What about Arthur, or is there something he said? Was there something about the team that really made you go, okay, this is kind of where I want to be, when you were looking at schools in the US?
um, being honest, I had no idea what Louisville was, where I was going, and pretty much was the only opportunity I had. I was uh, I was not fluent in English at all when I made a decision that I wanted to go to come to the U.S. and go to college. So he was the one to get like he trust me, got in contact with me. He saw my results, and he helped me. He guided me throughout the way. So the first year, we start talking maybe 2009, I think, and that was just such a blur. It was not for sure yet that I was gonna come to the U.S. because my score on the ACT was not good enough to go to college. I spent a season in the U.S. 2009, and he got in contact with me, and he asked me if I wanted to come to Louisville and to learn English, because obviously if I stayed at home in Brazil, there was no way that I would learn English, by speaking Portuguese all day long and having English class maybe once or 1 hour a day or maybe 2 hours a day. So there was no doubt that at home I would not learn English at all. So he proposed me to come to Louisville. There were two other Portuguese speaking on the team from Portugal, Carlos Almeida and Pedro Oliveira. They were on the team already, and I sent them an email asking how the program was, and one of them responded me like, "Yeah, it's really cool. You should come." So 2010, I move in. I travel. I came here to Louisville, and I I came here on my own. It was just a shot in the dark. I had no idea what to expect. I never even looked at a map, and the only thing I had in row was a English as second language course at U of L, and Arthur couldn't pick me up at the airport or anything like that because there will be a NCAA violation.
Okay.
And for that year, I was just taking English classes. I also enrolled for the SAT prep course, and I was training on my own. I was coming to practice by noon and leaving at 2, which is a time where U of L trains at. And for that, that was my main motivation to be finishing practicing and see the team walking on deck
Hmm.
so I could show that like, hey, I'm working my butt off to be part of this team. I'm studying hard to be part of it. So that year it was really hard. I was by myself writing my practices. Arthur couldn't give me any help as far as giving him workouts or anything. And my motivation was I just want to be part of the team so bad that that I just went for it. I was just grinding every day on my own, and it was hard. But and then at the end of 2010, the last exam I could take, maybe it was like November or something. I passed, and that was such a big relief. It was like, oh my god, I got everything I wanted, and now I'm gonna be a college student, and I'm so happy. And then I joined the team January 2011, and I went straight to training trip. And from that on, it was just such an amazing experience. And then I had to sort of turn the switch and find out for something I wanted so bad, which was going for being the fastest swimmer on NCAA.
I had no idea about this aspect of your swim story. I mean,
Yeah,
that sounds really hard. Training by
yeah,
yourself, learning English by yourself. I mean, um, you know, like you said, your main motivation was just being on the team. But I mean, did were you able to talk to family? I mean, did you have ways of getting you through that period besides just
yeah,
really wanting to be on the team?
yeah. I was always every day I was speaking with my parents, uh, and yes, it was hard, but at my mind, I never doubted it was something I wanted, and
Hmm.
I knew that that would be the best for me. Uh, and obviously, I knew to go by going through that obstacle or by going through that barrier, it would just make me a better person. And if it was something that I was not interested on, or like later on to find out that uh, it wouldn't work out, home will always have the door open for me, and so I felt secure that like if I want to make a decision to quit, I'll quit. But that's one thing. I'm not a quitter. I'm gonna go all the way. Try to go as far as I can.
Yeah. And so you make it on the team. You don't quit. You succeed in this goal. And then like you said, you mentioned you kind of switched, and now you have this goal of being the fastest swimmer in the NCAA. And I was going to ask you about how that goal kind of manifested. How did like you came in, I'm assuming not knowing what the NCAA even was. And then
Yeah,
how did that goal grow of, okay, I want to
yeah,
be number one?
yeah. The motivation actually, the motivation actually, like you start uh, by having my picture on the outside of the pool. I wanted to have my picture because you used to have uh, older teammate. I never actually swam with him, but he a former U of L athlete that he had like really cool pictures with the arms up like this on
Mhm.
on the building, and I was like, that's cool. I want to have that. And obviously, I had no idea until my freshman year going to the NCAAs what it takes and what it actually is. But yeah, my motivation was first to like I want to be on this. I want to be on the wall. I want to be on the outside of the pool, and and then yeah, I ended up getting it. But obviously, the thing the goals start like going step by step, and I wanted to go faster. And I realized that I could be the fastest. So that was my main motivation. First, my motivation was to have my picture in the outside of the building.
And so you want your picture, obviously. Who
I
does
got
it?
it. Yes.
Yeah. But then you make after training by yourself for a year, you make it on the team. You make your first NCAA meet. Was that an eye-opening experience for you?
Yes, it was for freshman year. It was so scary. First time seeing only guys on deck, and something I never witnessed before. I had to go through the transition from swimming long course to short course yards, which is it's a whole different sport. And it was fun at first, like listening to times that are like, oh, it's way faster than like I'm going meters.
Right.
And yeah, and then freshman year I was just there to participate, I would say. I didn't have any good results there. I don't think I made any final. And one good thing that Arthur, uh, he at the end of the meet, when I think, I'm not sure, maybe Kyle won that year, I think 2011, not sure. And he made us watch them celebrate. He made us stay on deck until the end of the meet,
Mm-hmm.
and to see them celebrate. And he pulled me on the side and he was like, and he asked me, "Is this what you want? Is this what you committed to? Is this where you think you can go?" And my answer was, "Yeah, I want to do this. I want to celebrate. I want to be like these guys. Like, they're cool. They're like this. They're happy at the end, and
Yeah.
I want to go through the same thing." So, and then going to sophomore year, I made such a big improvement. I had the fastest times all year until the NCAAs, and I thought just going to the meet, I felt like just the victory would fall on my lap, and which I have worked my butt off all year, and then just sort of like uh, I was cocky in a way. I would say I was like very overconfident that like I would get it, and the victory would fall off my lap. And
Mm-hmm.
I end up being third, and one of my teammates, Carlos Almeida, who was the first ever guy to win NCAAs for Louisville.
Okay.
He won a 200 breaststroke, and for me, obviously, I was celebrating with him so hard. Uh, uh, I was happy for him, but at the same time, I was sort of like, I knew I could get that too. I sort of like maybe not jealous is the word, but like I was happy for him, but at the same time, like I was like, how to say that? I don't know. I feel like I never felt bad for him, like that, like he won, but I just felt like, man, I can do this too. I can do it. So obviously, and we were like, even though we never swam the same races, we had a lot of competition for attention in the team, or like for uh, you know other things. We're getting attention from coaches, or the public and all that. And when I saw him winning, I was just like, yes, and it made a lot more clear that this is possible. And not taking any credit for him, he was a great swimmer and a good friend of mine. And but just I think having him on deck and having him as a teammate, it pushed me so much to go for the things I wanted, and it made a lot more clear that I was like, okay, if he did it, I can do it too.
So take me through that third season at Louisville. You finally do break through as a champion in the 200 freestyle. You have an iconic celebration,
Yeah.
one that we immortalized in dubstep on SwimSwam. What obviously you talked about that shift in perspective. You really wanted it that year, but what did you do differently that third season to get you to top the podium?
I think I was not cutting corners like I used to. Like some days I didn't feel like going to practice, and I would not. And then by that year, it was a decision. The moment like the year shifted, we got to a new year, I was like, no, I'm committed to this. I'm gonna go through this no matter what, and I'm gonna get it. And practice was so much better because I was living for that. The reason I was waking up every day was to go to practice and get better, work some of the details that I knew that it wasn't as good. So obviously, the main thing I focused so much was my turns, underwaters, and breakouts. Because my swim were already really good, and so I just had to improve some of my weakness, which was start. I improved my start as well, so I
Mhm.
could have a lead start and be comfortable with it and just push it. But it was just the decision that I was gonna do it, and then the reason I was living for at that time was for that, and I wanted so bad, and it stinked when I was third the year before. I didn't want to have the same feeling again. So I definitely had to make some changes to go get it what I wanted.
And I mean, how good did it feel to touch the wall and to know I did it? Like you accomplished your goal.
Yeah, I mean uh I knew it before. I knew it before that I was gonna win. It was just again, it was a decision, and I was so confident in my game plan that what I was gonna do, it was gonna work because I was the type of swimmer that I was would never push much the front half of the race. I was always like making a move on the third 50, and I never tried it before, like going out fast. It just
Mhm.
and I just took the risk. I develop a stroke where I feel comfortable going out, big strokes, nice, and working on the distance per stroke, staying light on my legs. And I just felt really comfortable with the way I was swimming that I could push one notch up and hold the rest. Uh, my goal was to break the record, but I didn't get it that year. But it was fine. It was still got the victory, and it was so much fun. It was IUPY, so not too far from Louisville. So I had a lot of people coming to watch. I had my wife who was there. I had my parents. They were there, and all my teammates. So being able to celebrate with them was really cool. It was such an amazing experience.
Yeah.
And
That's
the other thing too was at that year, sort of, and for my confidence was so much. It got so much better because there was like the open door, like Uh, and I understand that if you work hard, if you work smart, you do the right things, uh, you're gonna get good results because it's all everything just aligned. Everything just follows up. If you do good at practice, most likely you're gonna be doing good things outside of the water as well because you just carry the same personality, carry the same values that you do in the water. So just try to replicate that, like, and put it outside of the water.
yeah. Man, so many life lessons today with Joao. That's how I'm titling this. Life lessons with Joao.
That's cool.
um so to wrap up our conversation, again, now you're in the coaching realm. Um what moving forward, we talked about you're trying to channel the coaches that you've wanted to see. What are some goals you have just kind of for this season, for your growth as a coach and for the growth of your athletes?
Yeah, I have really good athletes. They're showing really good leadership on the team, and I feel like right now my what I have to do is just show them guidance and show them some leadership where they can. Some of them are going to stay for another year. So my goal is mainly obviously motivate the whole team, but
Mhm.
use the leaders that we have on the team to push the team to the next level. Obviously, we're going to be working very hard. I know that, and they know as well that I'm gonna get them out of their comfort zone, like physically, emotionally, physically, and as well. So they would just have to. I'm testing them, see how far they can go and how much they want this, because I want to make sure that we're on the same level. That the things that I want is the same things as they want. So by no means I should be like wanting from them more than they expect from themselves, because I feel like once that happens, we're gonna get in conflict. So we have meetings, we have go meetings, and I try to understand them as who they are as a person, who they are as a people, not much as an athlete, so we can walk together in this journey and bring the best version of themselves. Because I don't want to, by no means, I don't want to like. Obviously, I'm there to push them to for them to be as good as they can. But if I want more than them, we're gonna start getting conflicts, and they should be wanting more than me. And at least in my case, as an athlete, I think I always wanted more than any of my coaches. They always believed in me. They always saw the potential that I had. But if they start pushing me, start like uh, pushing much more than what I wanted, maybe it would be so like overwhelming and stressful, and and we wouldn't gone to where I got. So I see a lot of this as a partnership. Uh, I want to walk with them and show the best way that it is to not only swim fast, but be good people.
You've been listening to the SwimSwam podcast. Stay tuned for new episodes every week. You can take SwimSwam podcast on the go by subscribing on your favorite podcast platform. Look for links in the description below, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos as well.